Hey, what's the motherfucking deal, y'all? It's your boy, Prince Peter Prince, back at it again with a new reaction video, baby. Yes, sir, ski. 3LS the game, violence the game. You already know what it is, big dog. We got a new little type of video, man. Usually I've been on the music wave, you feel me? You know, been putting out the hits, man, and the new hits is coming out, representing the land, you feel me? But this time I'm doing something a little different. I'm gonna react to something that I personally watch on my free time as my TV. Hood Politics. We got Gangster File. If you don't know, Hood Politics is a YouTuber or is a page who pretty much talks about like all the old gangsters from different hoods, whatever, from VNGs to Grapes, Hoovers, whatever, man. Very informative, man. I fuck with this channel a lot. So I figured, you know what? He just came out with a video. I was about to watch it just on my alone time, but I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's watch it together. You feel me? So if you fuck with this type of shit, man, go ahead and like this video right now, man. Link of the full video is gonna be in the description down below. Let's get it popping. We on a late night thirsty, man. Usually I do these videos at like 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, depending on what time I wake up. But it's about X in the AM. Thirsty time, demon time, you feel me? So let's get it cracking. Shout out Hood Politics too.
Welcome to Hood Politics. In this episode, I will be discussing Timothy McGhee. The facts of the case are as follows. Northeast Los Angeles is an area located about 6 miles northeast of downtown Los Angeles. Gangs like the Avenues, Cypress Park, the Rascals, Frogtown Reefa, and others all claim territory in northeast Los Angeles. But one of the most notorious gangs is Toonerville. Toonerville was formed in the 1940s and are have said to gotten their name from the Pacific Electric trolley that once ran through Atwater Village, a neighborhood that Toonerville calls home. Among the ranks of Toonerville was a young man named Timothy McGhee, nicknamed Weddle or Eskimo due to his fair complexion. Timothy McGhee was born on April 27, 1973 in Los Angeles, California, and is of Scottish and Mexican descent. McGhee's life of crime started early. In 1989, at the age of 16, he fired a shotgun into a crowd of people. One man was hit in the
What? What possessed you to just what told you to just say, you know what? I got this shotty in my hand. Matter of fact, where did you even get the shotty in the first place? Where? Going back to the previous question. So you just got a shotty in your hand. And you just say, you know what? Light this bitch up. God dang. That's crazy, yo. That's good. Take it back. Take it back. That's crazy.
1973 in Los Angeles, California, and is of Scottish and Mexican descent. McGhee's life of crime started early. In 1989, at the age of 16, he fired a shotgun into a crowd of people. One man was hit in
16.
the face
That's
with multiple
crazy.
shotgun pellets, but survived. Shortly afterwards, police received an anonymous tip. McGhee was arrested and confessed to the shooting. He was then sent to a juvenile custody facility. At this time, McGhee's then girlfriend was pregnant and lived near the custody facility. McGhee was set to be transferred to another facility located further away. While being taken to the bus, McGhee assaulted a correctional officer in hopes that his transfer would be halted. When investigators told McGhee that he was still being transferred, McGhee was quoted saying, "Well, next time, I guess I'll just have to stab him." McGhee was released from juvenile custody a short while later. In 1990,
Wow. These niggas is ruthless out here, yo. These niggas is real life ruthless. That's crazy. I really be wanting to know what be going through niggas' mindsets like at this time. What was going through this man's mind?
at the age of 21, McGhee assaulted a San Bernardino police officer and he was sentenced to 4 years in prison. He was released in 1997 after serving 3 years. Also in 1997, McGhee chased down 2 members of the rival Rascals gang. Juan Cardi
That's another thing. Like, although I'm from this city and I know, I understand, I know, but I know you got outside motherfuckers that's like, how the fuck did? But even outside motherfuckers too, like there's a hood in every city, there's a hood in every state. Let's not get it twisted. There's a hood in every area, but it's like, nigga, I can literally. You see the map? You see the map? I can literally go. I'm on Central Ave. I'm on the main street of Central and Chevy. I make that right. Now I say right, I mean left. I make that right and I head south. And I'm right there. That's wild, man. That's crazy. What if my favorite liquor store is right there? Like, damn, like I'm setting myself up for failure already.
Was shot in the back and was left paralyzed from the waist down, and Pedro Sanchez was also shot in the back while hiding behind a glass door that he mistook for bulletproof. Both victims identified McGhee as the shooter. In early October of 1997, McGhee and a fellow gang member drove into Frogtown Reefer territory looking for rival gang members. Shortly afterwards, they spotted a Frogtown member named Rodney Martin standing in front of a recreation center. McGhee and the other man approached Martin and asked where he was from. Martin denied any gang affiliation. McGhee and the other man lifted Martin's shirt to check for gang tattoos and saw a large Frogtown tattoo across Martin's torso. McGhee pulled out a gun and opened fire on Martin, hitting him multiple times. Martin fell to the ground as McGhee stood over him and continued to fire. Martin was shot a total of 28 times. Brazen acts, such as the murder.
So, damn. It takes what? 2 to 3 bullets depending on where you hit somebody to kill them. 5 bullets wasn't enough. You had to dome a nigga 28 times, bro. 20? What was 20? It don't matter. 20 over 20. Damn. That's some shit, Patch. That's some real life shit, Patch.
Murder of Rodney Martin allowed McGhee to rise quickly through the ranks of Toonerville. He treated the gang as a paramilitary group, leading group exercise sessions and conducting weapons training. McGhee also oversaw Toonerville's lucrative drug trade. Many of those close to McGhee stated that he killed for sport. There didn't have to be a motive, he just enjoyed the feeling of killing people. It's even been said that from time to time, McGhee would disguise himself as a homeless man in order to catch his enemies off guard. McGhee was arrested on an unrelated parole violation and was sent back to prison in late 1997, and he was released in March of 1999.
Why they keep releasing this? Why they keep releasing this nigga? What? Yo, this nigga assaulted police officers. First of all, right now, if somebody assaulted a police officer right now, that's like how many years? Why they letting this nigga out? Why?
October 17th, 1999, rap group The Dog Pound was hanging out on the patio of Echo Sound's music studio after recording a session for Corrupt's The Streets Is a Mother album. At 11:40 p.m., McGhee and another man approached the group and opened fire. Corrupt's friend and bodyguard, Dwayne Dupree, also known as Draws, was killed. Javon Jones, also known as The Realist, was shot in the foot, and Willard.
That's where like I feel like this is a part 3 because he mentioned this in the last video that I watched of the same area. That's why I feel like this is a part 3. He might as well said this shit was a part 3. But like this is new information though. But I feel like I seen it. I don't know, man. I don't freaking know. This shit crazy.
Givers, also known as Act a Fool, was shot in the calf. McGhee was sent back to prison in February of 2000 after another parole violation and was released in April of 2000. Police say crime increased sharply every time McGhee was released from prison. On June 3rd, 2000, Ryan Gonzalez, a 16-year-old member of the Rascals gang, was killed while walking home from a party. Gonzalez's street name was Wedo, and investigators believe McGhee killed Gonzalez just because they shared the same nickname. At 3:30 a.m. on July 4th, 2000, LAPD officers Thomas Baker and Carlos Langracia were in pursuit of 3 robbery suspects in a gray Honda. The pursuit headed into Toonerville territory. It is reported that McGhee was using a police scanner to track the pursuit while coordinating an ambush. During the chase, someone pushed a bicycle in front of the patrol car, and as the officers swerved to miss it, 2 people opened fire on the patrol car, but the officers continued to pursue the Honda. The cops rammed the Honda, and the front seat passenger fled the vehicle. The cops rammed the Honda again, at which point the back seat passenger displayed an Uzi-type machine gun. The officers and the 2 remaining suspects exchanged gunfire until police backup arrived. All 3 robbery suspects were arrested and charged with attempted murder. Mario Alaman, also known as Little Boy.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like that movie. Can't remember the name of it, but I'm pretty sure you know what that movie. If you're saying it's about them 2 police officers, and it's pretty much a reality type shit, and they just follow each other. Well, not even follow each other. They were just recording each other, and at the end of the movie, like they just got popped by these gangbangers, by these Hispanic gangbangers. I feel like this is like this, but this is not how it turned out. But I feel like this is like where they got the idea from. I don't know. Maybe it could have been a different. I don't know. It's LA. Shit happens all the fucking time.
Boy, Ramon Maldonado, also known as Chubbs, and Joseph Agaste, also known as Little Respect, were all sentenced to 2 consecutive life sentences. They were all offered less time if they told on the 2 suspects that shot at the police car during the pursuit. None of them told, but investigators later found evidence linking McGhee to the shooting.
Ain't no snitching.
On September 14th, 2000, a 17-year-old young man named Marty Roybal was drawing a picture near the Los Angeles River when he was approached by McGhee. McGhee pulled out a gun and opened fire, killing Roybal. A nearby 33-year-old homeless man named David Martin was also shot and killed because he witnessed Roybal's murder. It's reported that as McGhee stood over Martin's body, he jokingly told fellow Toonerville members that he was hungry and wanted to get something to eat. McGhee was later arrested on an unrelated parole violation and released in May of 2001. On June 11th, 2001, McGhee opened fire on Manuel Apodaca and his girlfriend Nina Guerrero as they drove through Los Feliz, a neighborhood that borders Atwater Village. Apodaca was killed, and Guerrero was left with severe brain damage. There are conflicting reports on why the shooting occurred. Some say the couple was shot because Apodaca was a member of the Rascals gang. Others say the couple made their money by robbing drug dealers and were shot while attempting to rob McGhee. In July of 2001, McGhee was driving down North San Fernando Road when he noticed a 21-year-old warehouse worker named Carlos Velasco. McGhee then ordered fellow Toonerville gang members to murder Velasco just because he was a stranger and McGhee didn't recognize him. On August 8, 2001, 45-year-old Sherry Wodzotsky, Sherry's mother, 64-year-old Marianne Wodzotsky, and a family friend and neighbor, 36-year-old Braham Robinson, were murdered. Investigators believe McGhee committed the triple homicide because Sherry and Marianne reported to the police that McGhee and his sister Tanya were selling drugs out of a nearby residence. Robinson is believed to have been killed because he witnessed Sherry and Marianne's murders. On November 9, 2001, McGhee and a fellow Toonerville.
I guess it's true what they say. You better mind your motherfucking business. You better mind your motherfucking business. That's wild. Better mind the business that pays you.
Member named Eduardo Rodriguez, also known as Limpy, were prowling the streets. The 2 were seeking revenge for the death of a fellow gang member just hours earlier. Armed with handguns and assault rifles, they spotted a rival gang member named Dwayne Natividad as he drove down Hollydale Drive along with his girlfriend, 25-year-old Marjorie Mendoza, and her friend, 16-year-old Erica Ree. As Natividad pulled up to a residence, McGhee and Limpy pulled in front of him, exited their vehicle, and opened fire. Natividad ducked and was shot in his right hand. Erica Ree ducked in the back seat and avoided injury. As Natividad reversed, Marjorie was shot multiple times. She was driven to Glendale Memorial Hospital, where she later died. Later that day, McGhee solicited the help of a friend named Christina Duran. He dropped his girlfriend's cell phone at the scene of the Marjorie Mendoza shooting and asked her to go get it for him. Duran was unable to find the phone, but investigators were able to locate it and later used it as evidence against McGhee. Duran later spoke to homicide detectives in a video taped interview. Duran told investigators that McGhee was responsible for the murder of Marjorie Mendoza. 2 days after speaking to investigators, Christina Duran was killed in an execution-style murder on the night she celebrated her 29th birthday party. McGhee shot her in the head 5 times. In the fall of 2002,
That's wild. My name Bennett and I ain't in it. I don't know. I don't know.
a 60-man task force began searching for McGhee after linking him to numerous homicides. When it was discovered that McGhee was running the Toonerville gang from out of state, the U.S. Marshals began to aid the LAPD. On September 25, 2002, McGhee was placed on America's 15 Most Wanted Fugitives list. At this point, McGhee had only officially been charged with the murder of Marjorie Mendoza, but he was wanted for questioning and 11 other homicides. In early 2003, McGhee was featured on America's Most Wanted. During this time, McGhee would move between Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and Arizona, never staying at one place longer than a week. A break in the search for McGhee came when a reader of the Mojave Desert News recognized McGhee from a picture in the newspaper as a man living in Bullhead City, Arizona. McGhee's father owned a business there, which made the lead credible. On February 11, 2003, the witness led authorities to an apartment on Raymar Street, where McGhee lived off and on for the past year. For the next 20 hours, a team conducted surveillance as authorities prepared a search warrant to raid the apartment. McGhee was spotted leaving the residence with the female driver. Officers pulled the vehicle over and McGhee was ordered out the vehicle by a 25-man task force. McGhee surrendered without a struggle and refused to speak. The driver stated that she didn't know McGhee's true identity, nor did she know he was a wanted man. On February 13, 2003, McGhee appeared at the Mojave County Courthouse in Kingman, Arizona to begin extradition proceedings. McGhee was transferred to Los Angeles Men's Central Jail, where he would await trial with no bail. McGhee was placed in cell block 3300 A-Row, where he took control of the cell block. On January 7, 2005, at around 4:40 p.m., corrections officers took an inmate named Rodolfo Gonzalez from his cell. As the guards walked Gonzalez past McGhee's cell, McGhee stated that Gonzalez didn't have his permission to leave. Gonzalez attempted to return to his cell, but was tackled by 4 guards. McGhee became angry and ordered inmates to throw things at the officers. It took 20 minutes for the guards to safely remove Gonzalez from the cell block. At around 10 p.m. that night, 2 guards entered A-Row to investigate the damage. Upon entering the cell block, the guards had books, fruit, porcelain from broken sinks, and other various items thrown at them. Inmates set multiple fires, and the riot squad wasn't able to stop the chaos until 2 a.m. the following morning. On September 27, 2007, 4.5 years after his capture, McGhee went on trial for the murders of Ronnie Martin, Ryan Gonzalez, and Marjorie Mendoza, as well as the attempted murders of Dwayne Natividad, Erica Ree, Pedro Sanchez, Juan Cardiel, and LAPD officers Thomas Baker and Carlos Garcia. During the trial, the prosecutor described McGhee as a cold-blooded killer that murdered for thrills and to keep control of his lucrative drug business. McGhee smiled as prosecutors detailed his horrific crimes. The prosecution had a plethora of witnesses set to take the stand against McGhee: police officers, gang experts, ballistics experts, neighborhood residents, rival gang members, and even some of McGhee's fellow Toonerville gang members took the stand. But all of the witnesses weren't so eager to testify.
That's why this game don't ever make sense. Every video I've heard or watched from this man, every person that went to trial, either their gang snitched on them or the rival gang snitched on them. It's like a lose-lose situation with this shit for real. Like, God is really on your side if you make it out for real. Cause man, it's a lose-lose in this game for real. Like you can't. I won't say you can't win, but it's like at this, I the expectations that people have in this shit is somewhat fairy tale. Like the shit that niggas talk about that's fucked up a part of the game is a part of the game. And unless you realize that, you won't ever be okay with it. You shouldn't be a part of the game. Because snitching, snakes, all this shit is a part of it. It's really a part of it. And I hope, and I don't ever want anybody to be a part of that lifestyle, but if they are, I hope they know that they they gotta accept everything that comes with it. Not even the police, but just the surface shit. The shit that you don't expect is the shit that you need to be expecting at all times. That's me though.
Many feared retaliation and changed their stories or refused to testify altogether. On October 25, 2007, after a week of deliberations, McGhee was found guilty with the murders of Ronnie Martin, Ryan Gonzalez, and Marjorie Mendoza, as well as the attempted murders of Dwayne Natividad and Erica Ree, and LAPD officers Thomas Baker and Carlos Lan Garcia. McGhee was acquitted of the attempted murders of Pedro Sanchez and Juan Cardiel after they refused to identify McGhee as the person that shot them. McGhee was never tried for the murder of Christina Duran due to so many witnesses refusing to testify against him. Investigators believe that McGhee is responsible for numerous unsolved murders and attempted murders, but due to insufficient evidence or lacking witness cooperation, he was never charged. On November 9, 2007, the same jury that convicted McGhee deadlocked on whether he should be sentenced to death or life in prison without the possibility of parole. Prosecutors wanted McGhee to receive death, so they decided to retry the penalty phase of the case. On November 14, 2007, McGhee stood trial for his role in the 2005 jail riot. He was sentenced to 75 years to life in prison in that case. On August 27, 2008, a second jury agreed that McGhee should be sentenced to death. Ultimately, on January 9, 2009, Timothy McGhee was sentenced to death for the murders of Ronnie Martin, Ryan Gonzalez, and Marjorie Mendoza, plus multiple consecutive life sentences for the attempted murders of Dwayne Natividad, Erica Ree, and LAPD officers Thomas Baker and Carlos Lan Garcia. At the time of this video, Timothy McGhee sits on death row in San Quentin State Prison. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Man, that's wild. That's crazy. Niggas really be out here though. Niggas really be out here. Stay on your P's and Q's and stay dangerous, man. And walk right. If you're not about it, walk right. That's all I can say about it. Just walk right. But that's the end of the video, man. If y'all liked it, man, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share the video, all that good stuff. Feedback is always greatly appreciated. Like I said before, full link is going to be in the description down below so you can subscribe, check out more videos of this dude, man. You see these two videos right here, man. I watched these two videos. Dope as hell. Dope. So, it's your boy, Prince Peter Prince. I'm out. Peace.